The Chicago Bears are actively navigating the NFL trade waters as the deadline approaches, with several potential targets and assets that could reshape their roster. Among the most intriguing names being discussed are Wyatt Teller, DJ Jones, and Khalil Herbert, each bringing unique strengths and considerations for the team's future. Let's dive deeper into these trade rumors, assessing the pros, cons, and strategic implications of each possibility for the Bears. Wyatt Teller, a possible upgrade for the offensive line. Wyatt Teller, a veteran guard currently with the Cleveland Browns, has emerged as a potential trade target for the Bears. At 28 years old, Teller has built a solid reputation as a reliable offensive lineman, which makes him a valuable asset for any team looking to bolster its line. Though he's currently on injured reserve, IR, reports suggest that Teller could be ready to return by Week 8, making him a viable option before the trade deadline. Teller's current contract also adds to his appeal. He is in the third year of a 4-year deal, which means that any team trading for him would have him under contract for the 2024 season. His salary would pose minimal financial risk to the Bears this year, with a cap hit of under $2 million. For next season, the cap hit would increase to $14.8 million, an amount that is considered reasonable for a starting guard of his caliber. If necessary, the Bears could even renegotiate his contract or release him to create additional cap space, adding flexibility to the potential deal. Although the Bears' offensive line has shown improvement in recent weeks, particularly with players like Matt Pryor stepping up, there is still uncertainty about how well they will hold up against tougher opponents. Adding a proven player like Teller could elevate the line from average to above average, creating a more stable foundation for quarterback Justin Fields and the entire offense. If acquired, Teller would likely serve as a replacement for Nate Davis, providing immediate help at right guard and possibly extending his role into the next season. The question remains, is Teller worth the potential trade? Based on discussions with analysts like Matthew Peterson, it's suggested that a late-round draft pick, potentially a 6th rounder, might be enough to secure Teller's services. For a player who could potentially start for another season and a half, that seems like a reasonable investment, especially considering the Bears' need for consistent protection on the offensive front. DJ Jones, depth on the defensive line. The Bears' defensive line could also use reinforcement, and DJ Jones has been mentioned as a possible addition. Currently playing for the Denver Broncos, Jones has shown solid production, particularly in run defense, which could fill a crucial need for the Bears. He has been graded as slightly above average in run defense this season, though his pass rushing skills remain more limited. However, with the Bears' focus on building a stronger presence in the trenches, his run-stopping ability might be just what the team needs. The financials of acquiring DJ Jones are relatively manageable. His current cap hit stands at around $6 million, a figure that is well within the Bears' cap space, especially as his contract is in its final year. The Bears could likely secure him for a late-round pick, possibly a 6th or even a 7th rounder, making this a low-risk move. Adding a veteran presence like Jones would provide valuable depth behind starters like Gervon Dexter and Andrew Billings, which could prove essential should injuries strike during the second half of the season. By bringing in a reliable backup like Jones, the Bears would ensure they have enough depth to maintain defensive integrity even if a starter were to go down. Considering the current lack of reliable third options at defensive tackle, Jones could be a smart, cost-effective addition to strengthen the Bears' rotation up front. Khalil Herbert. Should the Bears consider trading him? The Bears also face a decision regarding their own roster, specifically in regard to running back Khalil Herbert. Despite being a capable runner, Herbert has seen limited playing time this season, logging just 16 offensive snaps across 6 games. In some of those games, he didn't see any action at all. His diminished role in the offense raises questions about whether he might be more valuable as a trade asset rather than a backup. One of the main reasons for Herbert's limited role is the emergence of Roskin Johnson, a rookie who has quickly gained the coaching staff's trust. Johnson's ability as a pass protector and his receiving skills make him a better fit for certain third down situations, diminishing Herbert's role further. While Herbert's running skills remain valuable, his inability to contribute significantly in the passing game has led to him being squeezed out of the rotation. With Herbert set to become a free agent after this season, it is unlikely that the Bears will re-sign him, especially with Johnson and DeAndre Swift already under contract for the next season. Trading Herbert now could net the Bears a draft pick, allowing them to recoup some value before he departs in free agency. Teams like the San Francisco 49ers or Dallas Cowboys, who are facing injuries in their running back rooms, could see Herbert as an attractive short-term solution. However, the Bears must weigh the benefits of a potential trade against the need for depth. Should injuries occur, having Herbert on the roster could prove invaluable as an experienced backup. If the return is only a late-round pick, the team might decide it's better to keep him through the end of the season. Nevertheless, if a higher offer comes through, moving Herbert could be a smart play. The trade deadline strategy, offensive versus defensive priorities. With the trade deadline approaching, the Bears find themselves needing to balance their priorities. On one hand, the offensive line could use an upgrade to ensure more consistent protection for the quarterback. On the other, adding depth to the defensive line would provide insurance against injuries and improve the team's ability to stop the run. The decision may come down to what type of trade opportunities materialize and how the team performs in its final games before the deadline. As they approach their bye week and subsequent matchups against Washington and Arizona, Bears general manager Ryan Poles will have a chance to evaluate the current roster in competitive situations. These games will be critical in determining whether the offensive line has truly turned a corner or if reinforcements like Wyatt Teller are necessary. Likewise, the performance of the defensive line will indicate whether an addition like DJ Jones could be a game changer in the back half of the season. Ultimately, the Bears have several potential moves they could make before the November 5th trade deadline, each offering different advantages and risks. Whether they decide to trade for reinforcements or leverage their own players like Khalil Herbert as trade bait, these decisions could have a significant impact on the team's performance as they push toward the end of the season. As always, Bears fans will be closely watching every move and eagerly anticipating how these trades will shape the team's future. If you have thoughts on these trade possibilities or want to weigh in, leave a comment below. Do you think the Bears should go all in on Wyatt Teller, bring in DJ Jones for defensive depth, or part ways with Khalil Herbert? Let us know and be sure to subscribe for more updates on the latest Bears news and trade rumors.